like that for long. And then as people remove their position now, or pull some profit to invest in other projects, whatever, that's fine too. There's really nothing wrong with it. It's actually totally healthy. Any coin that I've ever invested in that goes straight up, 99.9% of the time comes straight back down.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So it's totally fine,
Dips
especially
and
in
stuff.
DeFi.
It all makes
It's
it
all healthy,
stronger.
man.
Yeah,
Healthy
man.
market
Thank
dips makes it
you.
stronger.
You're the man. Let me know whenever you come to Brazil. I'll be there to meet you with my friends.
Yeah, you ain't got to kiss my arm,
All right.
man. I'll come to Brazil. I guess if I have to.
Thanks, Junior.
Yeah.
All right,
All right,
kid. As
Mr.
your time to
Saitama
go.
Explosion, and then
Hold on.
K&J Robotics.
Yo, you said K&G first. Put K&G.
Yeah, that's fine.
Go ahead,
K&J and then Saitama Explosion.
Hello guys, how's everybody doing? Hey Russ, I have a few questions. One is about SaitaMask and one is about Saitama itself. What I was wondering is, for Saitama, will there be an option to mine Saitama in the future, like how you can mine Ethereum and other stuff like that? And for the SaitaMask and how there's a marketplace, is there going to be an option to kind of have gas fees, or is it going to be like a gas fee marketplace?
Yeah, so I mean, we don't want people it's DeFi, right? So you can't mine DeFi coins, because the idea is to launch with a massive a massive circulating supply, and gradually decrease the amount, right? So that's what's going to help the price go up, is because you're taking coins away, you're burning them, removing them from the circulating supply, which ultimately causes the price to increase over a period of time. So when you look at other traditional coins, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin we'll use as an example, they mine so much Dogecoin every day, it's so hard to keep the price up because you have to actually buy more that's being mined, right? So you're constantly working uphill. That means you have to get more people to buy every day than you're actually mining, because if you didn't have anybody buy at all and all these miners are mining Dogecoin, the price would become the market would be so saturated that the price would ultimately go down. So that's the beauty of DeFi, is that you can burn that supply and the price will go up. Obviously with the burn mechanisms in place, you require transactions to make that burn initiate, but you don't have to buy more than what's out there, because you're always going to increase the price. It's just so minimal you don't see it, but it's there. It's more of a long term.
And that gets into different types of tokens, like proof of work and proof of stake, and go do y'all's research on coins or tokens, the difference between the two words, and then proof of work, proof of stake, the different methods, and DAG. There's a lot of different types of tokens.
Yeah, and it's all just. I mean, I'm not knocking you for asking the question, because there's no such thing as a bad question, but it's crypto, it's new, and it's everybody that maybe there's people that didn't know what that meant until this conversation or that question was asked. So, good on you for that. But and as far as, what was the other question? I'm sorry, I got totally.
Oh no, it wasn't a question. Because a lot of people don't know that stuff. Surprised, like you'd be surprised. Really, a lot of people don't. Saitama Explosion, I'll ask the next one, and then Crypto Giant.
Wait,
so. Or I don't know if you were done, K&J, but. All right.
Yeah, I wasn't done. I was asking if there's going to be like a gas fee on it. Sorry.
Gas fee on the transactions?
Yeah, like transactions, like, because I know you guys are gonna have like a marketplace for like NFTs and games and other stuff like that. So I was wondering if there's gonna be like a gas fee, or is it gonna be gas free? Like.
Yeah. So you can on like Fang or NFT platform. It's a platform we created ourselves, so you can mint, buy, and trade on our platform with Saitama tokens. So you won't have to add gas fees on there. If you're anytime you interact with the ERC20 blockchain, you have to pay a fee. Like, there's no way around it. There's two different fees that you pay. There's a miner fee, and then there's an exchange fee or a DEX fee. So Uniswap right now is like 0.25 or something like that. Our fee on SaitaMask is much cheaper. Like, we did our research on every central or every DEX out there, and ours is the lowest on the market. So it's like pennies on the dollar. But if you're interacting with the blockchain, you still have to pay the mining fee.
Awesome. Good questions. All right, Saitama Explosion Crypto Alert. You haven't had your hand up, so I don't know if
Hey, Russ, how you doing, brother?
Yeah, good, man.
Hey,
You go into the fight March 6th. You guys are going to be in the center of the ring. It's going to be on TV with knockout artist Stan. I was just wondering if you're going to be down there for that fight, since it's going to be the first one televised and everything to Viva.
That all depends, man, because that's actually right around my anniversary.
Oh, okay.
So if I can convince the wife it's a good idea to take her to a UF or a MMA fight for our anniversary, then we'll be there. If she says it's not a good idea and walks out of the room, then we may not show up.
It's all good. Congratulations either way, brother.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Hey, hit me up on my DM. I had a question for you, too.
All right.
All right. Thanks, Russ.
Right.
What up, Crypto Alert? What up, man? The education speaker of Saitama.
Crypto Alert, you want to ask a question? Or then Crypto Giant?
Hey, not necessarily a question. Hey, Russ, how you doing today?
Good, man. What's happening?
Not much. If I would ask a question, it is just gonna be very simple. It's just gonna be, how strong is that wink that you give in your post?
Oh, I muted myself. How strong is the wink as far as what? Having the swap function open?
Yes, sir.
Well, I'll tell you what. We would not announce the Saita Realty launch exclusively on SaitaMask if we didn't think 100% that the swap was going to be functional with enough time for us to market it ahead of time. We want to not only have it available for people to interact with, create a wallet, because there's a lot of people too that they haven't even downloaded the application yet because they're like, we'll just wait until the development team says it's 100%, and then we'll download it, and then I'll mess around with it and import my wallet and do all that stuff. So we're launching the Saita Realty March 1st. Yeah, we wouldn't even announce that if we weren't 100% that it was going to be ready, fully operational, much prior to then. And then, as I mentioned a few times, in a few other places, like we wouldn't hold an AMA if we didn't have anything to say. Like, I do love torture, but I would not torture myself to get on in front of a camera to not tell you guys anything. I mean, I'm a glutton for punishment, as you guys know, but yeah, I wouldn't do that to myself or to anybody else. So we're solid. You can take that for what it's worth, I guess.
Yeah, thank you so much. The reason why I just try to be sarcastic on that one is just based on the fact that in one of my spaces, we had a little game where everybody we come up to give our guess when it's gonna be the actual date, and so many people were leaning towards that date. So I just want to just chip it in there to see what your answer will be.
Gotcha. I thought maybe you guys had like a pool going and you were trying to get like the upper hand, get some inside information so you could win the pool.
Yeah, by the way, he just stopped by the space randomly. This wasn't even planned or anything, so I appreciate that. That's another thing. Crypto Giant, you're next, and then we'll go Sir Crypto, and then Texas from Chicago. And another thing, Russ, just let me know. I don't know how long you want to go or anything. Just let me know.
Yeah, I got. What time is it right now? 5:40. I gotta actually get on I got one more call this afternoon. There's the All-Star game going on, so I had some communique that I gotta hop on here in a few. So we'll do like 3 more questions, and I gotta go. That gives me a few minutes to gather my thoughts before I get on this conversation.
Cool. So I think it was Crypto Giant, and then Sir Crypto, and then Texas from Chicago.
Hey, good evening. How you doing, Metaverse? How you doing, Coco? How's everything?
I'm good.
Hey, Russ, how you doing? First time talking to you. I am very excited that I reached you for a couple of things. First things I wanted to know with the real estate, are you going international also with the real estate?
Yeah, actually. So, and I think I mentioned just a little bit ago, we'll do domestic first, obviously. So when you start going across international waters and conducting business, there's a lot more regulatory things that kind of have to happen before that, and those things take a little bit of time. But no, it's something we're definitely looking into doing. I mean, as you guys probably know, a lot of the guys on the development team have dual citizenship, and there's opportunities and tons of places to create infrastructure on an international level. So that's something we want to do, not only to provide jobs and create ecosystems inside their countries, but also to expand our reach. It all comes down to branding and marketing, right? And it all filters back to the Saitama token, the Saitama company, the Saitama brand. And just because it's Saita Realty and it's named something else doesn't mean that it's not 100% structured with Saitama, right? In order to purchase the token, you got to hold Saitama. You got to have some. So the more places we can reach, domestic and internationally, it does one thing. It creates a bigger market, helps spread brand recognition, and it increases the market cap of the parent coin, the Saitama token.
Yeah, because the reason I was asking about the international, because I was gonna meet, I'm gonna be in Dubai. I was actually planning to meet you and to see if we could sit down, do something. I have a big development company for in Middle East, based in Egypt and also in Dubai. We're doing roads, and also I'm engaged with the military. Been doing a lot of development for them, and I know all the market in and out in Middle East, because it's also different rules and regulation over there, different in America, and I'm very much know about it. And I have these family companies built since 1991, and I would like just to help. Believe me, it's not about the money. Is I'm beyond all this one. I really love Saitama. I've been holding Saitama since actually August. Some of people here I've been engaged with, listen to them just to get some updates. But I would love for you if you follow me, and I will DM you with my idea about it, and I really will be nice to be success with the Saitama.
Yep, awesome. I appreciate the insight, and yeah, always looking for more connections and more people that trust me. And kind of bring a bit what you guys what you were talking about earlier before I actually came on here and started talking was the amount of people that actually come into these spaces. You'd be very surprised. And as like Justin from Moonshot was saying, like these spaces and how like the negativity kind of deflects and discourages people to invest. I talk to a lot of people all day, every day. A lot of people are, some of which are like A-list celebrities, big investors, deep pockets, and they come onto some of these spaces with alt accounts, right? And they just want to listen in. So what we say in these spaces, a lot of times people think, oh, it's just, the few people that are, repetitive people in the spaces and talking about the same thing. It's not. And all these people that are here are very much so under the radar to just try to get an idea about crypto, because where else are you going to learn about crypto other than Reddit, Twitter, social medias, friends, family? Is there a platform that you can go on and learn about it right now? No. So they're utilizing the tools that they have to learn about crypto, and this is a huge tool for them. So they want to, and they were, some of them are kind of deferred to it. And they, I'll talk to them and they're like, when I came in some of these spaces and I'm not real sold, and it's not anybody's fault, right? But there's just such a negative kind of outlook on decentralized coins and DeFi and right now as it is, as we sit, that it doesn't really help the cause. It doesn't bring in new money because there's just so much negativity around it, right? So I want you guys to kind of think about that. Like next time we're kind of out there, and I say we as a crypto community, not just Saitama, but as a community as a whole, the kind of the back and forth antics, it's not beneficial. And then I understand, because I get very defensive too. And there's a lot of people out there that get defensive because we're all very passionate about Saitama specifically, and we have to lash back. And it's not like we're creating conflict, so to speak, but we feel like have to defend it, because we get so much attacks on us where we have to defend ourselves, right? It's almost like you can't ignore it, because then if you ignore it, then it starts to become true, and then people start to deflect, and they're like, well, it must be true because nobody's telling me that it's not. Well, it's not necessarily the case. It's just sometimes we give attention to things that don't really require attention, right? And I see a lot of things that get posted from people shooting at us and causing FUD or saying this and that and the other. Most of the time I'll just turn cheek, because I'm not going to even I'm not going to even talk about it, because once you start talking about it, it makes it relevant, and it should be irrelevant. But a lot of times we can't do anything about that. So anyways, just wanted to kind of throw that out there to you guys. But
I see where you're coming from too. I think a lot of people agree with you.
Thank you very much, Metaverse, Coke Zero. Thank you, Russ. If you please could follow me so I could DM you. And I just want to let you know you have a very, very good community here. And I really thank each and every one of you. Really, you guys, awesome. We have it, hold it tight, and we're going to go to the moon. We work in silence. Let the success be the noise, and we're going to see that one. That would be very, very nice. Thank you, Russ. Absolutely. Thank you, everybody.
Silent like the G in lasagna.
Yeah, save DeFi at all costs, guys. All right, Sir Crypto, and then Texas from Chicago, I think. Yeah.
Thank you, Metaverse. Thank you, Coke, for the space, for the floor here. Russ, my question is about with Saita Realty and how, if it is the vision of Saita Realty to go from real world real estate to the Metaverse, and what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, so I mean, we have plans, and we kind of put it on the back. We're not really on the back burner, but it's like we're trying to prioritize our manpower right now and trying to prioritize our resources and where we want to kind of put them and roll them out, accordingly to what our roadmap is. But the plan is to have the Saita Realty on a physical asset and then introduce it into the Metaverse platform to where we can kind of make it both. Like we can almost mirror it, I think, where we're having, like, say if we have a luxury apartment complex building, like, right, we can do that inside of Saita City in our Metaverse as well. So now we're renting out physical space as well as renting out digital space inside the Metaverse. So the two will kind of go hand in hand, but that's going to be kind of like a ways down the road. So like I said, we're trying to, it's tough because there's so many things that we want to do like tomorrow, but everything takes so much time, and more importantly, it takes so much resources and manpower. And that's the one thing that we really lack right now, but we're getting to a point, and hopefully with our platform being functional, we'll have more resources and more capability to progress these things much quicker. But that's
Have y'all figured out what engine you're gonna run it on?
What's that?
Have y'all figured out what engine you're gonna use? Like Unreal, or is it like you know what I mean by like engine?
Yeah. So we've been talking to multiple different companies. Like we're not talking about like creating our own, like creating or buying up a spot like in Decentraland or something like that. It's something totally different. Like we'll create our own entity. What engine we'll use, we haven't really decided yet though.
Okay. One more thing, I'm one of those who I have been critical of Saitama because of the missed deadlines. But my faith has been restored the last 2 or 3 times I've heard you speak. You have admitted those faults, and hey, we've learned from this. And hey, what else can I ask for? I appreciate it.
No, yeah, absolutely, man. Trust me, and I've come on here before, and if there's one person that's more frustrated about the delays and the stuff that we've had to go through, like it's me, it's the team. I know the community is frustrated, but I'm telling you, man, like, we're with you. We're just as frustrated about it, but we have to put our emotions aside and do what's right and build it the proper way. Like we're not about rushing things, as you guys know, right? Or else we would have put this thing out months ago. It's more important to make sure it's done right and not done first.
Absolutely.
All right, next we got Texas from Chicago, and then Russ. Cleric's like y'all's Discord mod and stuff, or at least it says it on his bio. But he's a pretty cool guy, and he's got if you want to end on Cleric as an end note.
Yeah, so we'll do 2 more. We'll do Texas from Chicago and then Cleric, and then I got to run.
Thank you, Thank you, Guru.
What's going on, Russ? What's going on, gentlemen? All you gentlemen that's hosting the space, y'all. This is awesome. Thank you, Russ, for coming in. Question: a lot of people, well, not a lot of people. I got a lot of messages because me, Marmar, and Chocolate, and a few others host spaces educating the community about wallets and crypto. Why is it that when people log into SaitaMask and import their wallet, they don't see the rest of their wallets pop up?
You mean separate wallets or different coins?
Yeah,
each wallet has
separate wallets.
Each wallet has a specific seed phrase to it. So what do you like? And like different wallets or different coins within a singular wallet? Because you can import as many wallets as you want, but you have to do them one at a time. Like there's no universal seed phrase. Each wallet is geared differently.
I meant on Coinbase. So a lot of people were saying like why they don't why won't any other wallets in Coinbase show up in SaitaMask? That's what I'm saying.
I don't know if Coinbase really has anything to do with it. Are you saying like if you have a Coinbase wallet that you created on Coinbase, you're trying to import it on SaitaMask and it won't allow you to?
Correct.
Okay. I think someone did mention something about that. We brought it up to the engineers. I know we have an update that they pushed out, I think, today or last night. that should help with a lot of that because there was some price differentials in there as well. So let's let the update roll out, and if it's still a problem, then I'll bring it up to these guys and see. But according to them, like whatever bugs that they had reported to them, they were able to fix with this new update. So once that comes out, if it's still an issue, then we'll obviously take a deeper look at it. But I don't see why Coinbase wallet, if you created a wallet on Coinbase wallet, why it would be any different importing your seed phrase rather if you created a wallet, say on MetaMask or Trust Wallet. I mean, it's the same. It all operates on the same blockchain. So.
Yeah, a few people saying that they don't see some of their tokens that they have on their Coinbase wallet when they move it to SaitaMask. So little kinks like that.
Yeah, and some of those issues were due to the lack of liquidity on SaitaMask. We didn't put a lot in there. A lot of our liquidity right now is just sitting in a wallet waiting to inject it into SaitaMask because we put it in. Like I think we started out with like 10,000 initially. Like we have a wallet that has a lot of liquidity in it ready to inject, but we started very small because we were monitoring the bot activity. So once it's fully functional and everything's good to go, we'll inject the rest of the liquidity, and then that token value should show up on the SaitaMask.
Most definitely. Appreciate you at least giving an answer to that. We try to educate everybody and provide information. So last one, Russ, if you don't mind following me. That's the last one. And you all have a nice evening.
Okay. I thought you meant another one. I was like, oh man. All right, Eric, man, how you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Good, brother. Good.
So I just have 4 quick questions for Russ. I heard him talking about Saita Realty and how you're going to have the ability to rent actual apartments in real time and then digital apartments. Can I ask an additional question to that is, are you thinking, for example, I rent a digital space on Saita Realty and that then I'm renting that physical apartment, whatever that be? Or is it a completely different one-off from there? Or am I mistaken?
No, it'll probably be like a one-off. Like it'll probably be like, not like if you rent an apartment, like if we build a luxury apartment home, we're not going to give an opportunity for people to now own a piece of Metaverse real estate. I mean, not that it's planned. Constructed our Metaverse yet, but it really, I mean, maybe it's an option. But not a lot of people are very familiar with the Metaverse, so maybe we're renting out an apartment to somebody, and then I'm like, hey, you can now you own a piece of the Metaverse. They're gonna look at me like I'm crazy.
Yeah.
I had to mute and unmute because somebody had their mic on when he was talking. But I don't know if that was the last one, Cleric. But yeah, you can like rent out space. It just depends how you build it, really, like how you build out the Metaverse, But I don't know if you're done, Cleric, but.
No, I've just got 2 more quick questions. Russ, when it comes to SaitaMask and applications and everything, I know that it comes with a fee. Have you by chance looked into doing payment plans or some sort of contract with those that don't have those funds immediately up front to list? Or is that an option?
I mean, it's really not that much. So if you look at our application, like it's like 40,000 or something like that for the application process.
I know you have like a 30,000, 40,000, and 60,000 version, and they all come with their own independent spiffs and benefits and everything. So
I guess it's something that we could look at, on a case by case basis and kind of see. But I mean, in all honesty, $30,000 or $40,000 is so small. I mean, our first listing was like on, what was it? It was like CoinsBit or something like that. No, not CoinsBit. It was a very, very low level centralized exchange that had very little volume, and their listing fee was still like $50,000 or $60,000. So if you look at any of these other like centralized exchanges, I'm not even talking about tier 1, top 5. I mean like 20 to 50 ranking, right? When they have up to 100 million or less in volume per day, their listing fees are over 100,000. If you look at top 5 tier exchanges, we're looking at $250,000, $500,000 for listing fees. So in hindsight, 30,000 or 40,000 is really not that much. But like I said, case by case basis. But it's not something we want to get accustomed to doing because we made it very cheap in the market. Because traditional exchange, I know they're centralized, so they offer a little bit more than we do. But as our volume increases, we may have to adjust that as well too. We have to. We try to keep it as cheap as possible, but we still have to stay competitive.
Okay, that's fair. My last one is quite literally more or less suggestions because I have a degree in 3D animation and building game design, and I'm training for Web3 as we speak. So, as far as the games go, if you're looking for a pliable engine, my best bet, and I'm not to tell you what to do, it's just sort of hindsight suggestion, you might want to look at Unity or Frostbite. Okay. Those are very pliable, and from what I see, they're very compatible with the blockchain. Unreal's a bit more complicated. I'm not quite sure if it's compatible with blockchain just yet. But those
Unreal's
are my
hard
two suggestions for you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and honestly, I would be lying if I told you the best or how we utilize that stuff.
Oh, you're good, man. You get pulled in so many different directions. I totally understand it.
That's Gabe stuff, and sometimes he talks to me like and I'm just like give him the deer in the headlights look, like, cool, man, whatever you say.
Gabe is a really nice guy. I had the pleasure of speaking with him and hanging with him and working on Wolfcaster ideas. So that's wonderful.
Thank you, Cleric, for being here.
Thank you, brother.
Ross, I know that you need to go. Just CryptoLert has a really quick question about the why he needs to ask.
Okay, yeah, no worries.
Hey, Russ, real quick. This is about all the Saitama the Wolfpack member that will be in Dubai. Me and some of my top class Saitama holders. We're holding a meet and greet. Plans on one of the hotels. We're still getting the location. So after the expo, so we're wondering if you will be free to join us on that place, just to be a guest of honor in that meet and greet forum that we're trying to do after the expo, right there in Dubai in one of the hotels or either a top class restaurant.
Yeah, I can come by, man. I have my itinerary, so to speak, right now for Dubai is getting kind of crazy. I'm trying to keep it less than at least a month, I think, at this point, because I feel like all the different meetings that we've got scheduled lined up since we're going to be there is getting rather packed. But no, I don't have a problem. I can swing by and and kind of do a meet and greet and speak for a little bit or something like that. There's no problem. We're going to be there for, I think right now tentatively like 4 days. So the expo itself is 2. So whatever we can cram into that 4-day period, it's going to be exhausting, especially with the jet lag. But it's a good opportunity to kind of do some stuff that we're working on, meet some people that we've been getting set up for a while, and then the expo itself, of course. So yeah, we'll link up, man. We'll figure it out as it gets a little bit closer. Just remind me, and then I'll have one of my assistants or something kind of put it in the book so we can meet up at some point after one of the expo days, whatever day you guys are doing it. I can at least stop by for an hour.
Yeah, so definitely for all the Wolfpack members, it's gonna be just come in and wine and dine, everything on us. You don't need to pay for nothing. Everything has been taken care of.
Oh, nice. Yeah, absolutely. We'll figure it out, man. I'll make a point to stop by for an hour or so and meet up with everybody. Try to get with as many people as possible. So hopefully we can do it all.
No problem, Russ. I will send you the full information when the hotel is secured, or if we're gonna be using one of the top class restaurants over there. I will send the full information to you.
Okay, awesome. Looking forward to it. All right, guys. I gotta get out of here. I got one kid tucking at me, and then I got the old lady yelling at me. So I'm gonna get out of here and go meet up with these other guys and have a call real quick. So
before you go, thank you really much for being here to pass by. You answer a lot of freaking questions to that community. I know that I have a lot of requests, guys. I'm so sorry. He needs to go. Thank you a lot, Mr. Saitama Guru.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. And I'll try to hop on here again at some point. But I appreciate you guys and all the good questions. So we'll see you guys soon. Appreciate it.
Definitely. Thanks, man. All right, y'all. I'm probably gonna end the space just because I know a lot of people came in specifically to talk to Russ and stuff.